Special guest, one of tonight's speakers, and a man who has the unique distinction of speaking at then Senator Obama's 2008 Democratic convention. You see him there, the former Republican Congressman Artur Davis is with us. Congressman, welcome to the conversation. Former Democratic Congressman Artur Davis from the state of Alabama. You spoke at the Democratic convention 4 years ago,
yes,
and you said, give this young man a chance, give this new hope, give this new change a chance. Tonight, you essentially said you were sold a bill of goods. After your speech, I want to just introduce this now because I expect we might get a little feisty here. My friend on the far end took issue. First, I just want you to...
I'm so shocked to hear that.
You know exactly how I feel.
How important is this first night, especially since, because of Isaac, one night was lost of this convention? In your mind, what was the single most important point the Republican Party, with you as its new member here tonight, made?
Well, if I can leave myself out of it, the most important point tonight was when Ann Romney walked to that stage, by far. And I'm a huge Chris Christie fan, but the most important moment tonight was when Ann Romney walked to that stage, and I got to see a lot of her speech from the floor. She connected with the audience in the room. She connected, I'm sure, with people who are sitting at home and watching her. And I don't think a lot of the American people know a lot about Ann Romney, and that's not surprising. We often don't learn about the would-be first ladies until after the nominations. I thought Ann Romney's introduction tonight to the American people was a home run. So I love Chris Christie, and I think his speech tonight was very effective. But I think Ann Romney was the pivotal moment of this evening.
So you're making the case tonight that Ann Romney gave a genuine testament to her husband's character. I want to make most of this conversation tonight about Ann Romney, Mitt Romney, and Governor Christie's keynote. But Governor Christie, part of his message was be genuine, be authentic, tell the hard truths. My friend earlier tonight after your speech, and Roland, I want you to explain to the congressman just why.
I'm glad I get equal time. I don't always get that with Roland Martin.
Essentially, cast you as an opportunity.
Actually, you always skip out on interviews with me, so I'll give you
You're
equal
right,
time.
I normally do.
Yeah, because
you used the word
I used the word
fraud.
political fraud, and that is, why didn't you apologize that you voted with the Democrats and the president 95% of the time? When you talk about what the president didn't do, why didn't you say, you know what, as a member of Congress, this is what I did? Why didn't you take ownership of that? Why didn't you take ownership of the fact that you were one of the folks who was championing this president? You used his face and name in ads running, and then when you didn't win the Democratic nomination for governor, then you got ran out of Alabama, and so you chose to flip in Virginia. And so why didn't you talk about your own voting record as a Democrat versus sell his?
Well, here's what I'm going to surprise you.
down as undecided.
I'm going to surprise you, actually. Well, you said I'm going to give me equal time. I'm going to surprise you with my answer. Roland, I wish that when I was serving in Congress in 2009, 2010, I wish I had been more outspoken about the Obama agenda. I was outspoken about one part of it, the health care law. I'll sit here and freely admit to your audience, I should have voted against Dodd-Frank. I should have been more outspoken about the overall direction of policy during those 2 years.
So why didn't you
if people want to make the judgment that simply because I didn't oppose every aspect of the Obama agenda, that I'm not a credible spokesperson now, they have every right to do that. But I'll make a point. I understand there's focus on me because I used to be an elected official and I spoke 4 years ago. According to Gallup, if I can cite Gallup on CNN,
You sure can.
there are 9% of Obama's supporters who do not plan to vote for the president this time. Now, even by my poor Harvard math, David, which you can relate to, that is 6.3 million individuals. So every time people say to me, oh, Davis is just mad because he didn't get elected, he's mad because Democrats didn't vote for him, I'm very curious about the other 6.299 million people and what their motivations are.
I'm glad you brought
Did
it
that
up here.
6.9 million people, did they lose primaries? Are they embittered against Democrats? They're ordinary Americans who are wrestling with this choice. Now, we'll make this point. I'm in the camp that believes it's not enough for Republicans to just beat up on Barack Obama. Bobby Jindal, my friend in Louisiana, says that, and Bobby Jindal's dead on right about that. Chris Christie, I think, was also in his way making that point tonight. It is not just enough for Republicans to beat up on Barack Obama. The American people like Barack Obama for the most part, except for the hardcore base of our party. The American people like him.
But those are the people who eventually nominated Mitt Romney, and those are the Tea Party people. But you were talking. You are here tonight because you're talking to the swing voters. I mean, you're talking.
I tried to make a case to them.
You're doing. So how do you make the case I mean, why do that? Why have such an incredible 180-degree
Gloria, I'll be honest with you. The easy thing would have been for me to frankly do what you guys are doing and to be a pundit. The easy thing for me, no offense to what you do, but the easy thing would have been to kind of do a plague on both your houses.
Okay.
Well, here's what I mean when I say that. It's very easy in Washington, D.C. to do the plague on both your houses game. Oh, if both sides would only work together in a bipartisan way. And for a period of time, perhaps I seemed to do that. But I came to the conclusion that on all the issues that we're debating as a country right now, my views line up with the people who are down here, not with the folks this week in Charlotte.
Speech. You gave a speech to trying to appeal to independence.
Well, there's no question about that. I think that's a good thing, but you know what I'm talking about.
I'm still trying to understand, John, when you talked about health care, when you were a congressman, you made no attempt to talk to the president about your concerns regarding the health care bill.
Roland, you've overestimated my influence a great deal.
You made no effort to even talk to him.
I'm going to take the...
That's what you told me.
I'm going to take the prerogative of being the guy at the end of the road driving the train at the moment. Let you guys continue the conversation.